We are now in aspect 4 of lecture 1, in which we are covering general ethical theory, chapter 4 of Tavani's Computational Ethics. Here we're going to discuss a criticism of utilitarianism, and that is problem of forced organ donation. And we'll look at rule utilitarianism versus act utilitarianism as an attempt to solve that problem. So, the great thing about utilitarianism is that it resolves moral dilemmas quickly, just tally up the numbers. The danger, however, is that it seems to promote the tyranny of majority over minority. It sacrifices few for the many. An example frequently used to bring this point home is that of forced organ donation. It is the same scenario as in the trolley example. 5 people need organ transplants or they will die, and there is one healthy person who has the organs but will die if he donates them. Utilitarian logic demands that the one healthy person is sacrificed to 5 persons who would then recover and become healthy. It would seem that if a theory of morality can support this kind of a tyranny, then it is seriously flawed. But utilitarians have a response to this criticism. We must distinguish between act utilitarianism and rule utilitarianism, they say. If we consider utility of each act, case by case, in isolation from other cases and other acts, then it is more likely that this tyranny will be the outcome. However, if we consider the total utility of the principle or a law, always sacrifice the few to benefit the many, then the anxiety or harm in such society would be so high that general happiness would be undermined, and it would overrule adopting this principle and the accordant actions. So, utilitarians say, the utilitarianism makes much more sense if it is interpreted as rule utilitarianism rather than act utilitarianism. It is the utility of general principles rather than singular acts that should be considered. And the principle behind forced organ donation would produce more suffering than happiness, even though if we consider singular acts according to that principle, we might conclude the opposite.